Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Private Jets and the Coming Financial Collapse. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode on your social media to help promote the show. Now, let's get started. Private jet sales are exploding in growth. First, we're going to tell you what the industry experts are saying and claiming, and then we're going to tell you what's really going on. Everyone in the industry is saying that the demand for private jets is rising fast. Not too long ago, demand was much lower because of various economic factors and constraints, but now that seems to have reversed. But that kind of hypergrowth doesn't come without its own issues. Do you have a private jet and you now need parts for your plane? There's been a malfunction of some sort and new parts need to be ordered by your mechanic or service center? What you could have purchased and received in a couple of hours not too long ago can now take 2 days to 2 weeks to receive and have installed. If your plane is stuck in another country because it's down for repairs, then that's a serious problem for you. Did you know that NetJets, which is a fractional jet company that allows you to essentially lease a part of a jet for a designated number of hours per year, has stopped issuing NetJet cards or memberships? Why is that, you ask? Because the supply of planes they need to fulfill all that demand is just not there. Business jet takeoffs and landings in the US are up 40% year on year, and they're at their highest point since before the 2008 financial crisis. The inventory of used jets is at record lows, around 3% for most major jet manufacturers like Cessna, Dassault, Gulfstream, and Bombardier. Private jet activity is not only up in the US, but it's also 20% higher in Europe, as the supplies of jets right now are really tight. Their inventories are at the lowest in years, and yet prices are 20 to 30% higher. So it's a very hot market now. A lot of people who are flying first class are now flying by private jet. A lot of people who are flying by private jets are now upgrading to a larger jet or a faster one. So that's what the so-called experts are telling us. But what's really going on out there? Well, we looked into it and we're going to tell you. A lot of people believe that the government is going to increase their taxes. If you can shelter your money from taxes by purchasing a new or a larger private plane, then a lot of people are choosing to do just that. Real estate tycoon Grant Cardone did that a while ago, and now he has done it again. He's just purchased a second larger jet and 2 large commercial grade helicopters. Now, does Grant Cardone really need 2 jets and 2 commercial grade helicopters? Probably not. But his income and his tax bill has increased dramatically as of late. So we suspect that he wanted to mitigate that tax problem by purchasing jets and helicopters instead of sending that money to the IRS. Grant said in the past that it's better to send $50 million to an aircraft manufacturer to buy a new jet than it is to send $50 million to the IRS to pay taxes. We suspect he's accelerating that tax strategy. So what else is going on? Why else is the demand for private jets exploding? Well, a lot of people don't like being forced to wear a mask on a plane for 8 to 12 hours per flight. But when you own a private plane, no one is going to force you to wear a mask. The next motivating factor is transnational mobility. Governments are now announcing fresh lockdowns and travel restrictions every week. Do you know what happens when they announce upcoming travel restrictions abroad? Well, the first thing that happens is that everyone stuck in some foreign country calls the airline and they try and book the first flight out of the country. And of course, all the flights are booked up by all the panic-stricken people who called in before you did. But if you have your own private plane, then you can usually get out of Dodge before everyone else. In this day and age, that has real value. The next serious issue that a lot of people have is contagion fear. People don't like getting on a crowded plane with 100 strangers, and any one of them may be sick. So, purchasing a private plane is a way to reduce that risk. For some wealthy people, it's an insurance policy against exposure to a health threat. Take a commercial plane, and you may end up sitting next to someone who starts coughing or who's ill or who may infect your entire family. You just never know. Private jets can help you protect against that. The next issue is a significant one. If you're part of a criminal enterprise and you need to smuggle illicit material, then doing so with a private jet is much easier. Are you a billionaire tech moron who loves to smoke weed on cross-country flights because it helps with your creativity? Are you one of those morons? Well, the commercial airlines aren't allowing that yet, so you have to purchase a private jet. Do you need to smuggle other illicit substances or things that may raise an alarm at a public airport? Well, then you'll probably use a private jet if it's valuable enough. Do you know another reason why private jet demand is growing so much? It's because they're being stolen at record rates. They're being stolen by cartels. They're being stolen by organized crime. They're being stolen by criminal organizations all around the world. And what do they have in common? They want to use your stolen jet to transport some of their goods. Cartels call them disposables. They will steal a prop plane or a jet for one-time use, and then they'll deliberately crash that jet into the jungle and move on to the next one. Some of the illegal substances shipped on some of these stolen planes can be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Do the math. If you have 50 million in illegal drugs or cargo to smuggle, why not steal a 3 or a 5 or even a $10 million plane and use it once? They have the expertise to disable the on-board tracking devices that allow the towers to track the plane. So once they're off, they simply disappear with the plane. The one thing you don't want to do is to steal a plane that's owned by another cartel or criminal organization. That may cause you some serious headaches down the road. Do you know what else is causing the rise in private plane sales? There are a growing number of people out there that feel they may need to have an exit strategy in place for the economic apocalypse. When the economy crashes and the ATMs stop working and everybody in the suburbs starts panicking and running for the exits and all the junkies are freaking out because they haven't had narcotics in 24 hours and they're robbing and stealing everybody just to get that drug money, those people will cause mass chaos and mayhem everywhere. But a lot of people believe that the only way to be able to escape this financial Armageddon when it does hit will be the use of a private plane. Do you think that's nuts? Well, let me tell you what a lot of the billionaires I know think. They're seeing riots at every twist and turn now. They see the way some of the largest banks have randomly closed various locations. They see how banking websites are going down for half a day or a day at a time. They're seeing how difficult it is to purchase and take physical delivery of larger quantities of gold or silver. They're seeing strange things happen in the crypto market. Cryptos may or may not be as impervious to tracking by law enforcement as a lot of people believe. Behind closed doors, they're hearing some politicians contemplate, get ready for this, taxing people after they die with crazy new post-mortem tax schemes. They see all of this being discussed, and they know that the whole financial system is barely hanging together with lies and band-aids, and they are worried. Who knows? Maybe they're right to be worried. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrities interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode on your social media to help get the word out. Thank you, and we shall see you soon. Bye-bye.